Hello, socialscience. Welcome to Singdamshng, an initiative to provide best education in our own regional language. Asi aina taktoribasi noida my class 9 gi political science ki khwaidagi ahama chapter what is democracy and why democracy haiba chapter 2 ni ko. Yengo dudi asiki hariba chapter sida koi kari topic yaubani kege topic tamgani habdu koi madu discuss tawrsi ko. We will learn in this chapter. Kasi chapter sida koi kay topic tamgani khotkani abda kuja discuss tawrsi khwai ahambada yengo what is democracy. Democracy habsi karino haise hana khangani adui matungda yengo what are the features of democratic form of government. Democratic form of government ama oige haidi democratic form of government ama oige haidi maunda kari features yawada kartai habdom khangani adui matungda yengo what makes democracy a better form of government. Ko democracy sibu government na sibu kamai ka democracy na kamai to na better form of government wa helibano abji masibu tamani adukan adulu kanda why democracy kai damakino democracy abse ko adisi why democracy sigi manung da yaudisi argument against democracy do argument for democracy. Argument against democracy abdi samsam na abra disadvantages of democracy habane gan tare ko aduga argument for democracy id advantages of democracy yan tare ko do si map lo na what is democracy adi why democracy si map lo par matungda quite last topic oi doise ko quite last topic se broader meaning of democracy hadle sina ko democracy sigi manung hanjan nong sangak tene adi hena pakthok chawthok na mu gi yeng tene ko to perspective am da ko ya to point of view am da toroga masi yamu khone yeng to ne democracy yan tare ko adu di yengo hojik next slide ta lasi yengo adu what is democracy. Democracy haiba si karino yengo adu di ko gi lam ama ko country ama da lairiba government du chalai riba ko gi rulers sing hai tare ko gi rulers sing du praja mayam da khanba praja mayam na elected oiba rulers poiraba praja mayam na khanba mihut praja na khanba mihut oiraba adu itardi hariba lamdo leiba government du democratic government haigani yan tare ko adu hariba lamdu democracy satpa leibak ni na haigani yan tabra yengo definition si yengasi democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people have. Democracy si government ki form amani where the rulers ko government u chalai rulers sing do elected by the peoples mi sing sina praja mayam sina elected khanba choose to praja mayam khanba mi utamo oi gadabani haba kariguba si hariba definition sibu fulfill tawrba praja na khanba mi utamo oi ba rulers sing se adi lamma se democracy panebak ni democratic by government in hygiene yan tare ko so yengo this definition allow us to separate democracy from form of government that are clearly not democratic. Masigi definition sin akoi da haire kari haire democracy sat palebak amaga democracy sat tabaleba amagi differences se yam phajana utle command utle kada which the definition yengre democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people like kari guba elected by the people oitraba praja mayam na khanba mihut oidraba praja mayam na khanba ruler oidraba adudi lamado democracy sat paleba oidre democratic government oidre kai ore adudi non democratic leba oire ko non democratic government oire democracy sat taba leba am oire ko adu non democratic leba kai gi example si yengasi no gi si Ncert te pi bani ko se example si yengasi samna the army rule of Myanmar the army rule si Masindan democratic example abani adegi dictator like Pinochet in Chile da koi dictatorship koi Pinochet ga lai adi king of Saudi Arabia king so moi sing si example si non democratic ki example le moi sing si yan tare ko adu yengo hojik next slide tam gi ngasi this simple definition is not adequate koi gi hojiki koi ne jamjam na hai reba koi gi sigi democracy is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people and akoi samsam na high sigi definition se sina yadri ba kai gino yadri se to sta yenga se ko if we end up calling every government that hold an election democracy koina kari guba election tawba lam ko dum election tawriba government ko dum koina democracy te na hairadi madu kamai tawni madu yagadra sine moida hagis hadi kai go mo election je akoigi malpractice season ramdana ko adigi moina unfair means sizinamna tawbu oiramade elections ko adu mum lakani adigi yengo sida every government in contemporary world want to be called a democracy pichibla laiba lam khuding mak democracy oigera oirogera masana masa democracy ne haidingebo utlebo ko this is why we need to carefully distinguish between government that is democratic and that is pretend like aduna akoina yam fajana yam munna yengaga akoina distinguish tawbu dakar tai haidokpa dakar tai karama government na democratic oibano de karamana democratic oiba sajanari no ko gyan tare ko adudi yengo hojik next slide ta yengasi features of democracy hojiki sida hairiba sida akoina sida hairiba democratic oiba leibak ni democratic oidaba leibak ni je khangge haidi ko features of democracy se khangba dakar tai democratic oiba leibak ni haidi kari features yawa tai se khangba dakar tai si features yawarba adi si democratic oiba leibak ni haini kai bo yawdraba masi pretend to what non democratic oiba leibak ni da haidune yan tar ko adi hoji yengasi features of democracy yengo koina ngasai kai phaigre koina haigre democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people ko democracy is a government ki form amani in which the rulers are elected by the people and haigre adu sitam unna yengo si je masigi definition je thugara macha toro munna yengdone ko yengo who are the rulers kuja hange rulers hai kanano karamba mi no which official must be elected for any government to be called a democracy karamba official no khandu je go democracy ne hagen what kind of constitute a democratic elections karamba election constitute election or democratic election ne hagen what condition must be fulfilled for an election ama tawge di kari karamba condition se fulfill taw dakar tai ko ade istong hare yo who are the peoples who can elect the rulers or get elected as the rulers karamba miyoi singno rulers singbu elect tawa yari ba singsi da karamba miyoi singno rulers oina oiba ya elect taw yari sina yan tai ko karamba mi singno rulers su elect taw yari sibu adu karamba mi singno rulers oiba yari se yan tai ko this tagi ngo can elected rulers do whatever they want in democracy moina vote kar matung da moi hajiki rulers sig do boya taw ya ba democracy sat pale ba masida ko ade istong hange thus democratic government functions with limits democratic government se magi limits ka lai ba di nang silai na sibo gi mayung da nang thawak tawdam ni ski se kai wa violate tor di no punishment pini ko ni ka adu ba lai bra sile absta hangi is yan tar ko adu di mathang gi next slide ta yeng si hojik yeng adu di akoi no gi ahamba features ko major decisions by elected leaders haiba no gi ahamba features asi yeng asi ko major decision by elected leaders haiba di achou chowa adi maru oiba decision singse leaders elected leaders ne logo da bani masi se khangna bai damakta no gi ahamba features se khangna bagi damakta ko hojik case of Pakistan gi case asi case study do do ne ba ko yan dai ko yeng adi in Pakistan General Pervez Musharraf lead a military coup in October 1999. He overthrew a democratically elected government and declared himself the chief executive of the country. Pakistan da General Pervez Musharraf haiba upasi mada October 1999 da mada military se mana lead toraga mana democratically oiba no gi elected government ko prajaba thagali iba Pakistan gi prajaba na thagali iba elected government singje mana langthokre adu mana masana masaje mana declare tawjare haijare masana maje haijare kayana chief executive of the country ne mana elected government singdo ma Pakistan elected government si mi no khanmi do mana langthokre ko de langthokre adu matung da mana masana masaje declare tawjare kayana chief executive of the country then declare tawjare and later he changed his designation to president ko di ma chief executive ne haram badai di ma president ne na mai designation on thore in 2002 da ko in 2002 held a referendum in the country that granted him a 5-year extension 2002 da referendum ama tawre magi leibak tu gi kai manam gi referendum toina ma si 5-year extension 5-year gi extension ang phangna bi referendum tawre referendum haidi kaino referendum haidi voting in yes or no voting to yes natraga no da samna habla tombo si direct hai bra ai na hang pala yes hai no haite na ka do yes na yamadi tombo sin direct hai na lo ni no hai lai haite na lo ne adumaina tawdu ne ko haji referendum haise adu referendum tawbo sida yengo Pakistan media, Pakistan ki media, adagi Pakistan ki human rights organization, adagi mogi democracy activities democracy activists said that the referendum was based on malpractice and fraud. Sidai Pakistan ki media, Pakistan ki human rights organization, adagi mogi activists me andana claim taweba. Haidi muana tawriba, ziki general Pravesh Musafar no tawriba referendum do. Adusu malpractice na adusu fraud ni adu chumna tawba nate ba semsan sajanaga mana kadar tawga tawba referendum ni mana adwaina unfair means na tawba referendum ni na high ba moina yan tare ko adu yengo hojik next slide ta chatlasi. In August 2002 he issued a legal framework order that amended the constitution of Pakistan. August 2002 da legal framework order ama issue tawre thole ba adu high si kena kanda Pakistan ki constitution je Pakistani constitution je change tawbagi legal framework order thole amended id keno change habako adu skai change to according to the order si matung ina kay har kanda the president can dismiss the national and provisional assembly haba national ne ko en ne ko je president sina national amasung provisional assembly sibu mana dismiss tok thokpa yai tan thokhiba yai kano tawgiba yai habne national provisional assembly si ko mi na khaliba elected members moidere moidi hangyan tare ko the work of the civilian cabinet is supervised by National Security Council, which is dominated by military officer. Koi civilian cabinet ki thabok sing sisu National Security Council sina supervise tawre adu mathakta supervise tawre ana sigi National Security Council sina supervise tawriba civilian cabinet se sisu National Security Council se yaw mi sing sisu ne ana mana loinamak military officer ngakta yawe military officer haidi kaino military officer haidi kaino hakanda sigi president se president sigi makha leba kabu ngata oide le general purpose masang military oi aduna mai makha leba mi ngata le oidis yan tare ko adu si yong after passing this law elections were held to the national and provisional assemblies. Si law se pass tawgre kai law no pass tawgre se hakanda mana national and provisional assembly se mana dismiss tawbu ya je masi law se pass tawgre mato mana election held tawre election tawna tawre national and provisional assembly the election tawna tawre election se tawre elected representative have some power election tawre election the elected representative thole khoi prajana khalami thole adu prajana khal thoklo mi sidane power yam laite moi the power yam legedabdu moi the power yam laite but the final power rested with military officers and General Musafar himself. National Assembly amasung provisional assembly tawr provisional assembly da election tawre election to the elected representative prajana khalba mi thole prajana khalba mi to the power si kem ta pai dire kitang gak laire moi decision lobagi moi da pen ta power laitre ko power si kana da pai had military officer amasung General Musafar mas hamak na power loi pai election ni tawdi ni ko representative elected representative ka khalli ni ko elected representative ka khalli adubu power di moi dam ta laite ko ala can we call this as a democracy aduna koi sibu sigi case sibu Pakistan case sibu masibu koina democracy chatpa leibak amani na haiba yabra sini hangi yan tai na ko yabra yadra do noi haro si yabra yadra do noi comment section noi haro yango adudi hajik next slide the people may have elected their representative to the national and provincial assemblies but those elected representative were not really the rulers. Mi singda moi gi elected representative national and provincial assemblies ta moi elected to khalam moi gi elected representative to khalam ba yai adubu moina khali ba elected representative singdo mokoina rule to them ta natte ba sik lebaks. They cannot take the final decisions. Moina khali ba representative to na final decision lo busam to yati. The power to take the final decisions rested with army officials. Hajigi General Pravesh Musafar ki kambu na level final decision lo this, which is none of them were elected by the people. Hajigi high official army officials sing General Musafar mo kambu sing si kanam ta na mi amawing praja mayam na khanba mi hut am ta natiu. Adubu mo na di final decision loi lo ne. This is not democracy. Ado na si democracy ne haiba yade. This happened in dictatorship and monarchy. Masi dictatorship Hitler kang mani Hitler lagi dictatorship to adu ga monarchy ning thau fan ba kan to ba adu bum gi da oina taw da ba satna bi ne si democracy da di masi wa ba de democracy da di leaders ko elected leaders sing na major decision se ꯂꯧꯒꯗꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯒ꯭ꯌꯥꯟ ꯇꯥꯏꯅꯀꯣ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ next slide ꯆꯠꯂꯁꯤ. In a few countries, the real power has with some external power and not with local elected representative. Country खरदꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯁꯦ powerꯁꯦ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ external ꯃꯤꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯂꯩ external powerꯗ ꯂꯩꯀꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ local elected representative ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥꯅ ꯈꯟꯕ ꯃꯤꯍꯨꯠꯇ ꯂꯩꯇꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ so this cannot be called people's rules. ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥꯅ ꯄꯥꯟꯕ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛꯅꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥ ꯔꯨꯜ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛꯅꯤꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯌꯥꯗꯦꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥꯅ ꯄꯥꯟꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥꯅ ꯔꯨꯜ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛꯅꯤꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯒꯦꯗꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯈꯟꯕ ꯃꯤꯍꯨꯠꯇꯨꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯈꯟꯕ elected representative-ꯇꯨꯅ major decisions ꯂꯧꯒꯗꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯦ this give the first features ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯁꯤꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ democracy-ꯒꯤ ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕ features ꯄꯤꯔꯦ ꯀꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ in democracy-ꯗ the final decision making power-ꯁꯦ must rested with those elected by the people. Gyan tayo in democracy, the final decision making power must rested with those elected by the people. Si laygadabane. Karigumba sigi koina elected representative tuna prajana khaliba representative tuna final decision se lowdro. Moina final decision moina major decision se lowdro but democracy sat pa lebak ni democratic government haiba yade. Karigumba lawraba adudi democratic government democracy sat pa lebak ni haiba yai ko. Hadi mo features amado complete tawreba. Adudi akoy hojik second features para si nagi second feature se free and fair electoral competition. Free oiba amasung fair game oigadaba election sida election competition tawna basida masi akoyna masigi case bu yengna daw tawna case of China gi case naina dunebo yengo China ke haire in China da election are regular held after every 5 years for electing the country parliaments called Kwango Remin Daibao Dahal National People Congress. China da election si chahi mga kudingi tawi moigi kanadaga moigi parliament si China gi parliament kay kawe kana Kwango Remin Daibao Dahal si moigi Chinese language ni ko ado isam sa English ta have that National People Congress kawe. Yan tare ko. The National People Congress has the power to appoint the president of the country. Hajigi National People Congress na president si khandoine appoint daw to niya man. Yung aduga, it has nearly 3,000 members elected from all over the China. Some members are elected by the army. Pura China haiba laibak sidagi 3,000 members elect tawdune. Aduga khara amana army na khanbus yaudne ko. Before contesting an election, a candidate need the approval of the Chinese Communist Party. Yengo election sa tawdore. Election sa tawge haidi election sa leap ke haidi aina samna aina election sa leap ke haidi ke candidate oidori ba ai se Chinese Communist Party haishigi approval lawa dagar tai mana yar pam dagar tai mo da ina ham bom wana ya la pam dagar tai aina kayuba candidate amoina vote se leap ke haidi. And on next slide ta only those who are member of Chinese Communist Party or 8 smaller parties allied to it were allowed to contest election held in 2002-2003. Chinese Communist Party da yaw member natraga Chinese Communist ga mari lainaba masa koi parties laibato adu da yaw ba mi si adu tangne election lepa yadrisi kai gumaina election lep ke di Chinese Communist Party da yaw pura tra Chinese Communist ga allied tawa mari lainaba party masa da yaw ba mi onidaba adu ta da ai vote lepa ya ni ba ke da moina adu oitraba adu vote lepa si Chinese Communist adu oida da vote lepa ya aroiba. The government is always formed by Communist Party. The government is Communist Party na form tawre. Yan da basi samna habida yengo ai je vote lepken khale adu ai je independent party ma samna party A or party B or de lepa ke dia da Chinese Community Party de lepa da wais. Ai Chinese Community lepa ai na vote card su ai na vote card di ai je dum Chinese Communist Party sigi dum mi se dum oidune. The Communist Party sinadum vote si kaya kay gino haya kada Chinese Communist Party adraga topa 8 smaller parties dagi adum lep to adum moi dagi lep to mi hut poem da moi adum ka tani natra kemo next slide ta case of Mexico gi case yung giengas. Since its independence in 1930, Mexico's whole election after every 6 years to elect its president. Independent 1930 independence phanga matungda Mexico da su sahi taruk khudingi election tawi president mu khana dabakta question am hange noi comment section da khuma u India da di sahi kya matung khudingi election tawi Kumuko. Till 2000, every election has won by party called PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. Yengo 1930 dagina 2000 sibo gi manung sida 70 years ko 70 years si manung sida 70 years sibo si manung sida military rule among dictator rule tan laiba natte ko laiba natte adu tarsu mahiki PRI haiba party sina adum vote se kai na sida haisi 1930 independence pangolung ta Mexico da election se sai taru kuding tawi election tawu kudima 1930 dena 2000 pau 70 years election tawi se adum mahiki PRI se dum ka lai sida moi je PRI sida moi military dictator rule tawi haiba gi wana taw ka dum ka lai moina sida opposition parties did contest election but never managed to win. Opposition parties na election di lep party A party B aba phiki PRI having mo opposition na lep adu mo je ka ba sungam ngamde. The PRI was known to use many dirty tricks to win election. Ka ba sung ngamde kay maram ka ba ngamde no ha kan the PRI se mo dirty tricks am si dai mo unfair means am si dai ba ko election si mu ka na ba damakta. Yan dai ko. Yung next slide ta. All those who were employed in government office had to attend its party meeting. Government office ta yaw mi kudingwa hagi party meeting che yaw da yadi PRI party meeting che yaw da yadi. Teachers of government school used to force parents to vote from the PRI the vote tha da yadi teachers of government school gi ka adagi. Media largely ignored the activities of political parties except to criticize them. Media sing sina koi political opposition kangbu na ka opposition party sing sida hagi PRI gi baramda ruling party sing PRI ma da phatanga po kholak pasi moina ignore tok thok media da uttab media thong to uttab adubu moina kam kana utli ha kada moina opposition party sina phattawa torokanda ko the opposition party sigi criticize opposition party su phattano ngang na motam da utle moina sometimes the polling booth were shifted from one place to another in the last minute, which made it difficult for people to cast their votes. Kaya mo kanda vote to kanda polling booth ko iputada na ba higi kano se mo na machine je mo na mafam da ko khunglo ke last minute taga kay bang gino ha kana mo gi vote thada ba da ko gi difficult oi na ba min thada ba difficult oi na ba difficulty lai na ma kai aina tawe sam aduna ha bi sam na ha da mo je 30 tricks sam sine unfair min sam na seasonary ba yan ta ko mo di next slide ta hojik China amasung Mexico gi wai je ko tang le ko China da si tawre mo gi Communist Party ko di so Mexico da 30 minutes atu da ado mo siya si yeng si ahamba case in China the election do not offers the people any serious choice. China da election tawo si da serious choice ke supi de mapan di malhan ba election tawre ko election se khan dam ni ka party gi le hen ba adu ta su moina election si da taw ge election si taw si da moina candidate as ele vote electoral ba candidate to Communist Party gi oi ba natra Communist Party to mari lena ba to pa smaller party du gi oi ba hai adu oi ba mi du oi de dum vote dum ka na ka ta Chinese ka ji moi Communist Party dum ka ta re natra ma di mal ha ma du asing rin na taw they have to choose the ruling parties ko ruling party and the candidate approved by it adu moi na ruling party sum khan ta ni the candidate approved by it ruling party na ya ba dum khan ta ba ne natra de Mexico di yo in Mexico people seems to really have a choice, but in practice they have no choice. Uri uhan bari Mexico just sama na yo. Hadi parties me adi lady lega. Hadi ye ka di PRI dong kai thada there was no way to defeat the ruling party. Ruling party sibu defeat dong na bagi way amta like tiyo. These are not fair election. Sise fair election cocktail. These are not fair election. That mo unfair election ya unfair means some sine hide niyo. Yan tare ko. Yang o the next sector. Holding election of any kind is not sufficient. Election to kitang sufficient oite. The election is much of a real choice between political alternative. Election to watam da koi choice real choice like dam ne mo na thara mo na khanbe and choice like dam ne wa. The conclusion de yengo so a democracy must be based on a free and fair election where those current in power have a fair chance of losing. Democracy at paleba mada free and fair election tawgadabani adui mathakta hoi power da laiba hojiki ruling party sisu kabagi pobagi ruling party sisu pobagi chance laigadabade moidis ewa pobi chance laitraba adi moina unfair means ma'am season ba adi lebaksi democracy pa lebakni na haiba yadeba sa adu yengo akoina hojik features ani pakre sina features ahum subani third features of democracy ko kai features to haga sina haisi one person one vote one value haba one person one vote one values mi amagi vote amagi value ama haiba de yan tare ko do sida yengo universal adult franchise universal adult franchise habadi kaino all adult citizens in a country have the right to vote in election without any discrimination based on factors such as gender, religion, caste, and social status. Habadi universal sometimes have the universal adult franchise haisi adult citizen khudima lamdu leiba country du leiba adult citizen khudimakta moi khudimakta right to vote leiba moi budang vote thadabagi right lei without any discrimination amda tawdabida kai based discrimination gender religion caste adai moi social status adu amda discrimination tawdabida amda leiba adult citizen khudimakta right to vote leigani habane gyan ta khangego universal franchise habse this principles has now come to be accepted almost all over the world. Sigi principle si hajiki universal adult franchise haiba principle si prithivida leiba lam khudimta loina accept tawe. Yet there are many instances that denial of equal right to vote. Lam khradadi equal right to vote che denial tawe yauri. Yan tare ko. Next slide salaga yengasi hojik case of Saudi Arabia, Estonia, Fiji. Hoje Saudi Arabia, Estonia, Fiji sigi case asi paraga kamai tawda moida moida di asiki right to vote hariba universal franchise se moida tawda di one person one vote one value se leitabagi kwai tawino moi case pa dane yengo until 2015 bauda in Saudi Arabia da women did not have the right to vote 2015 bauda Saudi Arabia da women do not have the right to vote phang dia moi vote hadabagi adhikar leiteo moi the right leiteo. Estonia has made its citizenship rule in such a way that people belonging to Russian minorities find it difficult to get the right to vote. Estonia da moigi citizenship ki rules se kwai tawge ka khoi Estonia da leiba Russian minority sidagi moise vote hadabagi kano se moi difficult oe ba hai vote hadabaga phangda ko ta adum tawdo Estonia da tawe adagi sidong yengo Fiji in Fiji the electoral system is such that the vote of an indigenous Fiji has more value than that of an Indian Fijian. Fiji da su vote hada base vote che indigenous Fiji ki moi indigenous Fiji kangbu sing je moi na hena kano we moi na hena vote ki value lay kanadagi Indian Fijian yan tare ko. Next slide ta democracy is based on fundamental principle of political equality. Democracy sidi man democracy sina based on sidi kaino haga democracy da kaida based on democracy na based on si fundamental principle of political equality ko gadam ne amaga miyanga political chap mana equality lai gadabane haibako yan tare adu sida yengo in democracy da each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. Democracy satpa laiba amada vote thadariba adult citizen khudimaki vote ama laigani vote amadugi value amom laigani kaigum adu laitraba tiyoyong si case tadi yong sigi Saudi Arabia de Estonia Fiji ki case Saudi Arabia de yong Saudi Arabia nupi hing thada 100 Estonia de Russian minority adi Fiji de Indian Fiji ko sida moida right to vote am tas manade pulap adi moigi one vote adagi one value si laite awda moisi democracy satpa leba ni na haiba yadhi sin noi third feature se khange fourth last feature ne ko sina rule of law and respect for right ike se khange dong ta khoi case of Zimbabwe si parasiko Zimbabwe attained independence from white minorities in 1980s ta Zimbabwe se independence phange ko since then the country has been ruled by ZANU-PF the party led freedom struggles 1980 matungda ZANU-PF na moi country si rule tawre pale ZANU-PF ji kaino ha ZANU-PF ji moi party du maming kano degi Zimbabwe party Zimbabwe degi political party ngi maming oidone ko ado hajigi ZANU-PF se ma se freedom struggle da ma si yamna yaw ma si party sina freedom struggle da mana makok thang ki ba mo oi ki election were held regularly and always won by ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF sina adum kai election sa adum tawi election sa tawi kuning ZANU-PF sa nung kai kasu kai di ko India da su yengo India da su independent or Congress ma am kai Congress ma ting pa freedom struggle la lead to la yam kai ga na mo ju kai sine ado sti yengo sorry ji kai da President Mugabe mo ji president ko ZANU-PF si president mo ji President Mugabe sina was popular but also used unfair practice in elections. Sida swear. President Mugabe si popular diam oi ma'am rakta ma siya apawam di oi popular di oi adubu ma unfair practice yam sisine election to. Yan tare makaya nga si over the year his government changed the constitution several times. My constitution si mana yam change to man. Kay do change to siya har nga si to increase the power of president and make him less accountable. President si mana president ki power si yamna hengat na ba ko president ki power si hengat na ba aduga masa si less accountable haidi responsibility late na masa ki responsibility late na adu no to na ba ginaw tama constitution si yamna several time mana yam change to we opposition parties worker were harassed and their meeting were disrupted yung siya sorry ma man opposition party si mana pu da ko ta to we mo meeting ka to thugai ko gai na to we ko the public protests and demonstration against the government were declared illegal. Public protest to wa ade go megi mayok to chat pasing se illegal in the law in the law to there was a law that limit the right to criticize the president yung kyam sa tiga is the law bu le law bu sheme ko law bu le nang na khoi kano si president you criticize to gi limit po le nang president si bu to have si gi limit si hen to di nang punishment phang ni kan du bai law bu sheme ade television and radio were controlled by the government and give only the ruling party version. Television among radio je government na control tawre masima ado hajiki ruling kari ba hajiki mo ZANU-PF ki aphabala ngata ruling party si apha version na ngata haira da lei bai ta brim athang yengo there were independent newspaper but the government harassed the journalists who went against it. Independent newspaper le ado hajiki moi newspaper kan authority ko general da koi journalist ka si moi da put pa da harass to adu to we the government ignored some court judgment that went against it and pressurized just akoi court judgment ga tholak pa government gi mayok ta court judgment ga tholak pa ga se ignore to dana ati tholi just to ga moi je moi pressurize ka to ga moi da ga oina onjan na ga no to ga yawe ba ko adu at last ko he was forced out of office in 2017 hero with the last time da ko aro with the March 2017 da ma si office da gi ma si tan thokre next slide da this example of Zimbabwe shows going as Zimbabwe case study no case study that popular approval of the ruler is necessary in a democracy but is not sufficient. Popular ruler si democracy da dakar de tai adubu sina sufficient over the not table. Popular popular government can be undemocratic or and the popular leader can be autocrat or autocratic and absolute ruler prajagi damok ta kepta khandaba masagi ta khanba adugu ba ruler dubu gyan tare ka dung leader dubu ko ade to assess the democracy it is important to look at the election democracy when ge election da yeng bu su yam takar tai do election da natana equally important to look before and after the election to dai mamang da amsong election to matung da su yeng ba yamna dakar tai have gyan tare ko adu mathang slide sa si yengo slide da kai hare there should be sufficient room for normal political activities including political opposition in the period before election sufficient room legadamni political opposition ki su adi moina ngangning ba hiding ba adi kano to ko loina mak to bagi adi moina election mamag da moina tawning ba adi moina meeting pamni bu amlu ma du mayam do gi free in the dimension this required that the state should respect some basic right of citizens singi basic right khara state ta government sina nga kadabani respect to godamne adiengo they should be free to think to have opinion to express this in public to form association to protest and take other political action habadi mi citizens singje moina free to think khanu wakal khan ba yaba ade moida moi opinion moida masala le moi opinion sing do moina express to yaba Canada express to public to express to yaba ade moi association form to yaba ade moina pam to le ade moina protest to busu yaba ade moina political actions lowsu ya adugumba mayam sugumba mayamgi sugumba basic rights mayam si state na respect tawgodabane government sa respect tawgodabane ko asida yengo everyone should be equal in the eye of law mi khudimak si equal oigadabani law gi mit everyone is equal in the eye of law this right must be protected by an independent judiciary whose orders are obeyed by the everyone judiciary na protect toroga lay independent judiciary sing na protect toroga lay aduga si protect toriba right sing jibu kanona ingadabane citizens hari mayam jan loina ingadabane yan dai na ko adu yengo hojik next slide ta yengasi there are some conditions that apply to the way a government is run after the elections election tawra matungda kariba ruling party no pando government to conditions khra lay moina election matungda moina tawada conditions ka kay no hakanda a democratic government cannot do whatever it's like simply because as won the elections yango nga sai koina amba horakpada hai hibda moina tongni mo tawu yabra vote kar matungda habdo sita haire yade a democratic government cannot do whatever it's like simply because it's won by election kar moina tongni mo tawu yade it has to respect some basic rules. Moina basic rule praja basic rules khara dikano basic rules khara moina ngak kadabane. It's particularly it has to respect some guarantees to the minorities. Yengo mathang slide ta yengasi mathang slide ke haire mathang slide haire every major decision has to go through a series of consultation. Every affair has certain rights and responsibilities assigned by the constitution and law. Each of these is accountable not only to the people but also other independent officials. The major decisions consultation at the series of consultation amaga consult tong naraga I to what another by decision low the constitution law the constitution the high law certain rights level responsibility each of this is accountable not only to the people but also other independent officials also accountable independent officials the legislature executive judiciary tamakani legislature executive legislator na legislature na kanano the one who legislate law habako adagi executive na the one who execute the law the judiciary na judge adu waina noi tamakini shisu kego mathangda this aspect give us the fourth and final features of democracy sina koi fourth and final democracy pire kai pire democratic government rules with limits set by constitutional law and citizens' right. Democratic government has a ruling party. Democratic government democratic government has a ruling party. Has rule to party se ruling party se moi da limit khara laine. Kana symbol limit no haga constitutional law and citizen rights. Citizen rights samjung constitutional law sila tawraga moi gi limit khara thamgani. Gyan tare ko. Adi hojik conclusion da yengasi. Let's come to the conclusion. Last slide. Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. So when a Congress democracy is a government give form of any rulers elected by the people. Definition was not adequate. See definition so adequate unless we explain some of the key features. Adequate key features kara explain tawra key features ka khange aduga yare o si definition mo sigi democracy definition se democracy ne na hai ge di si features level da ta ko patay ado mayam do like aduga hausi yengo democracy adudi yengo democracy is a form of government. Democracy is a government form of money in which rulers elected by the people take all the major decisions. Rulers sing mi khoigi praja mayam na khanba rulers sing jina major decision logodaba ani subada election offer a choice and fair opportunity to the people change the current rule. Election jina choice bigadabni fair opportunity legadabni adi moi choice legadabni khoi praja singda current ruler asigi ruling party sing sibu change tong nabai damakta yan tareko this choice and opportunity is available to all the people on an equal basis. Sigi choice adi both other bagi choice sigi khoigi kano khanbagi choice hai khoi mi khudi makta loinamak equal basis hoya legadabni. The exercise of this choice leads to a government limited by basic rules of constitutions and citizens' rights. Aduga democracy kano sina moina palasu government sina moina palasu moida basic rules constitutions khoigi amasuk citizens right khar khoigi rules basic rules habagi manungda moina pangadabani habane yan tare audi yengo sifau lecture number 1 oyani ko aduga lecture number 2 sida why democracy haiba topic to amu taage. Thank you everyone. My class 9 get top lecture upload toropada miss tawdana ba subscribe to salo lecture si gyan tardi like tawramo aida ngasai hangakhiba question amani do adu comment section da answer khumo.